Good evening, everyone. It's your man PSTOCK. This is iHipHopTV Conversation. This is one of those, if you've seen the flyers we've been putting out and you got my message, this is what you call a can't miss show right here. You know, we got tonight, you know, we have a very special guest. You know, it's an honor and a privilege. We got Big Wall, actor, artist, producer, and host of Address the Culture. Great new show that most one of the most important platforms that is out there right now to address the culture, and it's live. Big Wall, what's happening, man? Let everybody know. You know, I mean, it's there's so much, man. You're a Chicago music, you know, pioneer. You know, radio, burning up the radio waves. You got the single out. You know, I'm glad I could get 5-10 minutes with you here, you know, to get you going, because I know you're busy. I know you're busy, but right now, let our viewers know, you know, what's happening. Tell them about Big Wall, about Chi-Town growing up. What led you, and it's curious, you know, because Chi-Town is, you know, everybody sees the news and sees and hears it. And the police brutality part of it is real, and you know, the killings are real. So you know, and it's tough. You know, I understand the South Side is tough. I've been there before, and you know, and I know, but it was still, you know, it's masked. You know, so just let the viewers know, how'd you come through? How'd you get from there to South Side, fighting your way through to address the culture and the music, burning up the music ways? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, first and foremost, man, I want to thank you for having me on your platform, man. You know, it's dope to be here. And man, you are an icon out here, man. We've been doing it for such a long time, so it's definitely, and that was such a dope intro, man. You know, like, man,
hey, yeah, you know, so. Hey, I mean, it's an honor, and I understand, you know, and then coming from Chi-Town, and that's a big city, and there's a lot of artists, and there's a lot of people, so I know the struggle was real, and I know that you know, cream rises to the top. So Big Walls here. You know, so let the viewers know. Can you hear me? I mean, because
no, Chicago, one of them places, man.
Hold on, Wall. You hold up. I think we're going in and out on your audio.
Yeah, it's going in and out.
Yeah, I you know, that's the thing about, you know, we talked about it before, of dealing with this technology and dealing with all the things. You know, you run into these things. You know, I mean, this right here, doing this and streaming with the platforms, and I know you wear all those hats too. You know, when you have to. So I know you know what it really is like. Like when you see television programs and stuff, they got like 50 people working those things, man. So technical people and everything. So how how's your sound? Can you hear me?
In and out, you know what I mean? But I'm catching it. You know,
Yeah.
and from what I've heard, you know what I'm saying, you about how is it growing up in Chicago, and how was I able to come together?
Yeah. How did wow, this it's really everything is good. I don't understand what's the latency issue we getting. You know, it's Friday night. You know, we get there's a lot of people. The airwaves is jammed, but yeah, everything is good. I'm getting clear. So wow, I don't understand it. Mm, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, no worries. It's I was checking things. How is it now? You good? I mean,
No,
you
I hear you now. It's crispy now.
yeah, everything is crispy. I don't know what's going on. That's the thing with the internet waves. You know, so
Man, we know how this go, man. We gonna keep it
keep it
rocking, man. You
rocking.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for real, for real. But yeah, let's get back.
We gonna keep it
Let's get
rocking.
back to Big Wall. You know, let the people know about you coming up in the music because you got hits, you had hits on the radio and everything. So there's a lot of platforms. So we're gonna start with the music part of it first with Big Wall. Big Wall, I'm here.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Can't see you.
Okay. Now what?
Your camera's off.
Yeah, it said the connection was poor. It said switch to audio only, and it's doing good. So we just rock like this if this better.
All right, we go with that for now. You know,
Okay.
and see what happens. I don't understand. My connection is good. Everything is good. I was making sure. You know, so we good though. But
And it's all good. Now, man, like I was saying, man, for the devil's trying to stop what we doing. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go, man. That introduction you gave me, brother, was so amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know if you heard me. It
yeah,
had me thinking, did man, I really do a lot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So first of all, man, I want to thank you for such a dope interview. I mean, so a dope introduction, brother. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, no problem, man. I mean, you earn that. So you know
Appreciate that.
that's the least that I could do. You know,
Yeah,
you earn
yeah,
that. You know, and definitely
yeah,
for people, you definitely want to follow it. Check it out. Everything's in the description to the show, and then I'm sure a Big Wall will let you know where to find the platforms and get the
yeah,
music and
yeah,
everything as well. But
yeah.
let's get back to your music like in Chicago, getting into
Okay.
music. How was that for you?
Chicago, man, is one of them special places, man. You know, we in the middle of the country, so we get a little bit from the East Coast, the West Coast, up top, and the South. You know what I'm saying? Like we right in the middle, so we got a nice little gumbo, and you mix some of that Chicago twang with it. You get a very unique sound, and that's why out of Chicago you get so many styles of rappers, from the backpack to the lyrical, to the fast rap, to the drill rap, what started from Chicago, Christian rap, you name it, we got it, and Spanish rap, all types of rap that come out of Chicago when we talk about hip hop, because it's so diverse. One part of the city is not necessarily the same way as another part of the city. It's people who've been out south and never been on the west side of Chicago ever in their life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's just how the city is. So with that, you get a lot of different sounds, you get a lot of different viewpoints, and then sometimes you get clashes, you know what I mean? And with the city, we got the reputation of Chirac, which I hate, you know what I mean? Because it gives our city a negative light. but you know, it's a reason why the city is like that. You know, people want to talk about why I'm bleeding on your rug, and they're not gonna talk about who shot me. And that's one of the effects of Chicago, and quite frankly, throughout the world. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
when it comes to the music, it just comes out in you. You know what I mean? And that's why me creating the platform Address the Culture was very important for me. You know, being an artist out here moving like I have, you know, and knowing what artists expect, knowing what, you know, how to, you know, talk to artists, and also talk about things that affect the culture as well as our community. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
wanted to have a platform that kind of spoke for that just across the board, various topics, things that we need to talk about, and things we need to address, quite frankly. You know what I'm saying? So coming up in the shot, man, it just kind of molded the mentality of you know, just trying to get it across the board. Hence the
Yes.
name of the song. You know what I'm
Yes. Yes.
saying? Yeah,
And that's big because people only see what they hear on the news, you know,
yeah, yeah,
and that right there is not, you know, it's not the truth. It's not the real stories. You know,
yeah,
they show all the negative involved in what's going on in the inner cities and everything. They portray us in that negative light,
yeah,
to a sense that we just don't, uh, we can't get no wins. It's hard to come off, and then a lot of it is systematic, and we'll get into that. So, it continue on with in Chicago. When did you first start really getting into music seriously?
Well, you know, when I was a kid, man, I started off singing. You know, to be
Yeah.
to be honest,
Yep.
I was one of them kids who, you know, could hold a note. You know what I'm saying? So I was the kid who my aunties had me come downstairs and sing that one song for everybody. You know, I was that kid. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So they'll have me come down, and when all you know, all you the grown folks playing cards, listening to Marvin Gaye and drinking, you know how they doing their thing. You know, they'll want one of the kids to come down. So I was that kid so long. I knew that, you know, I could hold a tune. You know what I'm saying? When you don't even realize what you're doing, you know, as you start getting older, you realize that maybe, you know, I can hold a note a little bit. So, you know, I started singing, you know, got into the church, joined the church choir, you know what I mean? I was singing, doing my thing, and then, you know, growing up, get involved in the streets, and you know how it go. You
Yeah.
get pulled in different directions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the music went in different directions. Me being in love with hip hop and just the sounds of R&B and all of that. So you know, I started singing, recording, and then I fell in love with hip hop, and I started putting bars together. You know what I mean? And then I realized that I could put them together. So I started rapping and singing. You know what I mean? And I kind of perfected my craft. I went on a massive recording run. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I just recorded a lot. Stayed in the studio, perfected my craft, working on my wordplay, the metaphors and the punchlines and the similes and all them different techniques and things you use, creating different sounds and different types of songs, from street talk to love songs to, you know, things that make you think, lyrical. You know what I mean? All types of various songs of different topics that I wanted to record, because I never really wanted to put myself in a box. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
with that, you know, I just got out here, man, started hitting the road, moving around, trying to create a bigger network. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
you know, without a network, you're not gonna get your net worth. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
and that's what I was trying to, you know, create. So I got out here, built the name up for myself. You know, started meeting different people, some big names, some people who, you know, believed in me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
saw the vision, and it just grew from there, man. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of knew early that this was something that I wanted to do as far as entertainment, because I can remember watching Michael Jackson moonwalk across the stage and different
Yes.
things like that. And you
Yes.
know that feeling that you get when you see, you know, superstars doing like entertaining across the board. So I've always been intrigued with that. So it was just a natural progression.
Yeah, yeah, and that shows in your music. You know, you can
Oh,
hear
thank you.
it. You know, and so when you first got your first record played on the radio, how did that make you feel? How did that was that like one of your goals you crossed off that you wanted to achieve?
Oh, PSTOCK, you have no idea. Like you a legend in this game yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't know, y'all better do your homework. You know what I'm talking about? So you know how it feels to reach certain milestones in the game. You know what I mean? When I first heard the first time my music got played, it was on Power 105 in New York, the
Yes.
home of the Breakfast Club. You know, one of the biggest stations in the world. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
We got our joint played on there, man, and DJ Self, as a matter of fact, he dropped it. And when he played it, man, like and what's killing part about it, we was actually in New York when he dropped it. You know what I mean? We had a whole event going on in New York while we was there as well. It was super dope. And they put it in rotation, man, and it was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life, man. It was equivalent to seeing Michael Jackson going across the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it gives you that nostalgic feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely one of the moments and times where it's priceless. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much, because we both know, man, in this game, you gotta have some passion for it, man. And it's not just about the money. It's not about the fame. You really gotta have a love for
And a
this. So,
passion for it. Exactly.
man, talk about it. Talk about it.
Exactly. And 105.1, Power 105, I'm very familiar with. I did a lot of overseas tours with them sponsoring, and overseas meaning in Canada, throughout Canada, up there with them guys. You know, that's back when I don't know if Chubb Rock's still there too. He might be still up there, but Chubb Rock was up there. And
Legendary Chubb Rocker. You know what I'm talking about?
yep, yep.
Yeah.
The Chubb, he was up there, but yeah, they sponsored a couple Murder Inc. Tours that we did with them up in Toronto, Montreal, you know,
Yeah.
through the eastern part, you know, Canada, you know, we didn't get Vancouver, but it was the eastern, you know, the eastern portion of the cities up there, a couple places, you know, Canadian names I don't even know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they had a reach the radio, and that's big. So I know you got up there with that music. It was, you know, it was over because Power 105. Everyone's on Hot 97. Hot 97 is the staple. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Power 105 is getting it. You know, it has been
Yeah.
getting it. And,
Yeah.
and they are more artist friendly, I believe, than
Yeah.
97.
And I believe they've been number one. They took the number one spot from '97 too for the
Yeah.
last few years. You know, so yeah, absolutely. With the success of the Breakfast Club and so on, and I think Angie Martinez over there too. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
she left Hot 97 and went to Power 105. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you know Power 105 has stepped it all the way up. You know,
Hmm.
because when I
Yeah.
when I first ran across them, I never heard of them. You know, but
Mm.
that goes to say when I was in Philly, I was doing 105.9 The Beat in Philly with
Okay.
Big
Okay.
Giant and Lady B. I was producing shows over there with bringing artists on, breaking artists. So, and I understand how their growth pattern went. So, for you to get up there and get your radio put in, your music put in rotation up there is huge. It's huge.
Yeah, man. It was definitely one of them moments, man. Like I said, man. Everybody got their story of the first time they heard their music played. You know what I mean? And it really don't matter what station it could be on. It could be an internet radio.
Yes.
Even though Power 105 is amazing, but man, it could have been a mom and pop radio station down the street. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yep.
just hearing that is moment, and that's where that passion come in. And you know what I'm saying? It really don't matter. It's just knowing you moving and people appreciating for what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. And to get love up there, you know that right there shows you that your hard work has been paid off. You know, is
yeah.
paying off. You know, so at that level to that point. Now I seen you had Phillies. What was that? Philly 93.5.
Philly Jams 95.3.
Yeah, Philly Jams 95.3. What was up with that? Was that a Philly radio station?
Yeah, and Jams 95.3 based out of New Jersey as well. Both shouts out to Philly Jams and Jams 95.3, man. They seen the platform, they seen what we was doing, and they wanted me to come on their platform. You know what I mean, and bring Address the Culture to their station every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. Every week we tapped in to address the culture. It's super dope, man. They've been showing me a lot of love. It's been great, man. We can not only put artists on to reach a bigger market. We can put their songs in rotation.
Yeah.
You know, get them exposure.
Yeah.
And we started off with Philly Jams, and then Jams 95.3 reached out, and they wanted me to join their platform as well. At the same time, you know, they like what I was doing at that time, so I'm syndicated now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's super dope. We on 2 stations, and we growing, man. We addressing the culture across the globe, man. At this point, man, in a dope way, man. I'm so blessed and so humble, man, that I'm able that I started this platform as being so received so well, and people understanding my vision, man. It's dope.
That is that you know that you know and you know that right there gives me so much energy because the platform when you say address the culture, you know that right there will make everybody's ears perk up. You know, especially today. You know, when you're talking about addressing the culture and you're tying in the music and you're syndicated and spreading it out there and the Philly, Jersey area. I was in that area. Oh yes. I know,
Yeah.
I know they're receiving it well. I know they're receiving it well.
No doubt. No doubt. Absolutely, man. Our audience is growing. Our fan base is growing. Our listeners is growing every day, every week. You know what I mean? I'm just so humble, man, to be in this position, man. And we just getting started, man. My whole vision is to create a media empire, a global takeover where we can really, truly add to the culture instead of taking away from it, like I say. I'm tired of all the black eyes that the culture got, man. We trying to heal some things, man,
Yes.
and do some great things in the culture, bro.
Yes, and I agree, and that's why I said I can't wait. You know, to get with you. I'm like, man, the Dress to God. There's so much stuff. There's stuff that it's set up and it's perfect because dressing the culture and you hit on that covers everything. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's the thing, especially in our communities with the self help and everything, and that
Mental health all
and
across the board. Yeah,
and the help across the board and everything, you know,
yeah,
besides music, you know. And that's what here at iHipHop, we try to do the same thing with the younger artists to give them a platform so
yeah.
they can, you know, have another platform because we have what I call sometimes exclusive followers and lookers, you know,
Mm-hmm.
tastemakers, the people that's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that can make a phone call and hit a switch and, you know, your whole life change. You know,
Mm-hmm.
though
Absolutely. The gatekeepers, as they say.
exactly. You know,
Yeah,
so we like to bring it out there and put it there, and
yeah.
everything you're doing with the music, you know, and the video is off the chain, you know, and
Oh, thank you, brother.
it's off the chain, and I'm gonna let the viewers get a look at it, you know, and hear it, you know, but definitely let everybody know your platforms to get the music and hit the music and go download this, go and get it. It's hot. It's hot.
Oh man, thank you, man. You know, again, coming from you, cause like, bro, I know you've been a staple in the culture for a long time, putting in a lot of work, and you know, you just seen artists come and go, and you just seen platforms come and go, man. So to get that from you, you know, it means a lot, man, because I know you're not just handing those kind of accolades out.
No.
All willy nilly, as they say. You know what I mean? You stand on what you say. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's coming from a real place, and I appreciate that, brother.
Yes.
Um, the video was amazing, man. Shouts out to PPP Perfection. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My man, Stephen. You know what I'm talking about? Chico. You already know the vibes, man. We put a dope video together, man. Get in tune with him, man. He's a part of the team. If y'all want some videos, man, we do some dope videos at a nice price. You know what I'm saying? He's really putting on for the culture, and it came out dope, man.
Yes, yes, it
It's
really
being
did.
received well. We knocking on 30,000 views. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain. It's growing
Yep.
every day. You know what I mean? We put the video out, and it's gonna be picked up on BET Jams coming out. They're gonna spin it on BET October 18th. They was excited about the video, and they wanted to continue to do business with me. So they seen the vision as well. So they
Yes.
wanted to put me on BET, which is super dope. That's another one of those Michael Jackson moonwalking across the stage moments, just to have your video played on BET. Because I know growing up as a kid, I used to watch 106 Apart, The
Yep.
Basement with Tigger, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
seeing your video on BET, you know, it's just one of those things, man. So again, I'm so humble that, you know, that we in business with BET, man. It's so amazing, man. And we dropped the single, Stacking Up Entertainment, my partner. It's 64 Boy, you know, distributed, you know, did distribution on it. We moving.
Uh-huh.
We put it out on all platforms. We over 100,000 streams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's
Just
huge. That's huge.
man, God is moving in such an amazing way, man. I'm so humble, hard working, man. We released the joint and it's received well, man, and we followed it up with the remix, featuring Project Pat, and it's 64 Boy, my partner. It's doing amazing. We have 50,000 streams on that. You
Yes.
know, it's climbing up, so we trying to get that up. You know, most definitely it's moving in the right direction. We projected 500,000 streams. You know what I'm saying? That's what we shooting for and more.
Yes.
So we just working, man. Everything that we've been doing, man, has been received well, man. Even the platform Address the Culture views is over 60,000 views averaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything is growing, man. You know, we tapping in different markets. Um, we've started a show coming out of Canada, um, the Culture Connection, with my co-host Carrie out of Canada, on Roku TV. We
Oh,
got that platform. They asked me to come on and do a show. They believed in a vision, so Carrie wanted to put a show together. We put it together, the Culture Connection. We averaged 70,000 to 150,000 views on that.
that's
Um,
big. That's big.
yeah, man.
That's
We
big.
just growing, man, tapping in every way again to create this media empire that I see. You know, music, media promotion, just addressing the culture across the board, brother.
Yeah, and it's working. You know, the
Oh,
numbers of the
thank you.
followings is working. I mean, the shows are great. I seen several of them, and man, I love it. You know, I love it. You know,
Thank you.
because with this technology, I'm glad it's empowering brothers that are focused and have a plan, and it's assist. It's
Hmm.
a great assist. It's something that we didn't have where we don't have to go to nobody. You make it happen yourself, and that's what it's
Absolutely.
all about. We don't want
Self-made.
handouts. We just want to be able to make it work and make it happen,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
shine light on people. You know, especially
Yeah.
people that's doing it right. I have a question. With the technology the way it is today, now think back a couple years ago, whenever you hit your first single and you was up there. Can you imagine if you had the technology today back then, the access?
Man, you know what? To be honest, I'm kind of glad that it wasn't
Okay.
like that back then. You know, I love the technology because you're able to have so much access at pretty much in the palm of your hands. You know what I'm saying? You could drop something, and as big as your following is, you could touch millions of people,
Yeah.
possibly just by the click of a button. That is amazing. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. You know, it's a gift and a curse because with that, it changed the way we view people. It changed celebrity. It changed
Yeah.
how fame, you know, and really believing in an artist. It changed that because it gave the people so much access to celebrities and what they do, their day-to-day life, which could be great on one hand, but it waters down what we do. You know what I mean? The
Yes.
game been kind of watered down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
People feel like anybody can do it now. It's not necessarily about talent. It's about if you got the money, if you got the access. Like
That's
I
true.
spoke about Michael Jackson,
Yes.
because in my opinion, Michael Jackson is most popular person on the planet. You can't name me one person that's more popular than Michael Jackson on this planet
You,
or famous. He is the number one.
you're right. You're right about
And
that.
that is a fact.
You're right about
There
that.
will never be a person as famous as Michael Jackson again.
No.
And the reason it is that is because of social media.
Yep.
It's because of the way the game is now. You will never be so in awe and or have a person be so mysterious and do things the way celebrities used to do it back in the day. That gave it that mystique. That gave it that feel. There's a few artists that still able to kind of have that mystique. Your Kendrick Lamar's, your J. Cole's, your Jay Z, certain artists still Beyonce, she's another one who's able to keep that certain level of mystique, but it's still not like Michael Jackson. It'll never be the way Michael Jackson once was. And again, that's because of technology and social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody feel like they know you. They can get on your social media, you can talk to them, and they can look at your live, and you right there. Like, it's just right there. It's complete access to the celebrities, which is great for the fans. But on the other end, it makes things watered down. The game is not quite how it used to be. So I kind of wish some of those elements from back in the day was still around.
Around.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even down to the streaming services. Everybody can get on the streaming platform.
Yeah.
If you dope, if you with a label or not, I think they should change that. They should make a streaming service exclusive. You have to be with a label. You have to have a distribution situation. You have to have a legit situation going on to get on these platforms to make it a club, because that separates
Yeah.
everybody. Right now it's just access. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, that's my 2 cents. You got me started.
Yeah, that's a damn good 2 cents, because I want to tell you, you're right about that,
Yeah,
compared to the days, and and the way you put it that way, when I think about it, I said you're right, because it is watered down,
yeah,
with a lot of artists, people that's found music or whatever. I mean, there ain't no more freestylers out there. There's
yeah,
nobody doing no freestyles. There's
yeah.
that everybody's, well, I write, okay, so that takes away, and I understand you,
Yeah.
right, in everything for monetary purposes, but and then it's the messages that's being delivered,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
you gotta put that positive, because guys like artists like Nas and Jay-Z
Yeah.
and the guys that's been around, that the lane's always there, still for
Mhm.
them to drop whatever they want with messages now.
Mhm.
Everything's
Mhm.
messages. They go on with leaving uh, deep messages on people and making people think. And that's what I love about your platform. It brings information there to people, and it gives them the opportunity to think and research, and then make those moral decisions on their own, without uh, any harsh criticisms coming back from the host. It's strictly
Yeah.
it's strictly it's strictly debate and your opinion,
Absolutely.
and that's great, to have these platforms and formats. But you're right, with it getting watered down, we gotta start screening the
Mhm.
screening methods again to
Mhm.
get people, because everybody, back in the day, everybody was a beat boy.
Yeah.
Everybody was a beat boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Today, everybody, you hear people, what do you do? Oh, I'm a rapper. I'm a rap. Okay, well, what's your,
Everybody.
and don't even, I could tell you stories from back in the, with guys that, unbelievable, but and they have heart, to get out there and do it, to think that the product they created is good, you know and I don't like to tell nobody that their stuff ain't good, but if it's bad, it's
Mhm.
bad, you
It's
know
bad. Yeah. Yeah.
and there's a lot of that going around there, that's flipping around. And me and a few people, I get in these conversations with people, a lot of people, and I don't know how you feel about it, a lot of people think Little Wayne opened the door up for that.
Hey, well, look, I can't hold you. Lil Wayne is a legend.
Yeah,
You
he's a
know what I
legend.
mean?
He's a legend.
Hands down, what Lil Wayne did and for the culture and to the culture, it could never be duplicated. You
Exactly.
know, Lil Wayne had 100 singles in 1 year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all charting,
Yeah.
all charting. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like that right there alone is legendary. You know what I mean? But Wayne, it was a meme, a post that I seen a few days ago. It's funny that you brought this up,
Yeah.
and they had a picture of Lil Wayne, and they said, look at Lil Wayne and look at the rappers now. All of them is like clones of Lil Wayne. They all got
Yeah.
dreads, different
Yeah.
colors, tattoos in their face, chains, fingernail polish. Like
Mumble.
he set the blueprint
Yeah.
of the way the game is and the way the rappers are now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's a fact. Even with the auto tune and the singing and with the rapping, like all of that has been influenced from Lil Wayne. It was one point in the game, and I remember back in the day where it wasn't even cool to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Like rapping wasn't like the cool thing to do. Like the street dudes used to make fun of the rappers. Like you couldn't come on the block and be like, "Man, I rap." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
man, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
and the rappers used to emulate the street dudes. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now the street dudes emulating the rappers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody's a rapper, everybody's a producer, and again, like I said, man, it waters it down.
You're
And
right. You're
it's
right.
just the truth. P, you done got me started, man. You
You're
making me address the culture, man. You know what I'm
that's what the
saying?
conversation's about, you know, to get up there and address it because I mean, and if the viewers don't get this and don't follow it, Big Wall is deeper than music, you know, and music that's one of the tools that's used to address the culture.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a
it's
fact.
deeper, you know, and the platforms that go. These are all tools. And you're right, you know, that there's a lot of it's funny, like Jack Harlow. And I
Hmm.
talked to an artist, I think he's what was that, Louisville? He's out of
Hmm.
Louisville or something. He's like putting Louisville on the map now. It's funny, he's doing a tour now. I don't know if you know this, it's funny. And I seen it, you know, I seen it a sign say it was sold out, but it was on maybe a 3,000 seat theater, you know, one of these
Hmm.
new remodeled theaters. So those are the venues. I guess it's open, and that's what he's doing. But there's big concerts going on too. So I don't understand outside of the one hit that you heard on the radio that got popular. They did
Yeah.
the remix on. I haven't heard. I haven't gotten into it, so I don't know. Our people in the Gulf Coast South, like Young Blue, that's my people's people. He blew up, came out of nowhere. He's on a fast track, making it
Yeah.
happen. You know,
Yeah.
so and then that came from Lil Boozy. You know, I believe gave the assist with that, you know,
Hmm.
and that's what got to happen. The recognized talent, the real recognized talent down there, because my man Lex Luger, the backward ambassador down there, and
Legend.
he's doing the same. His platform, he's got it up there, and we talked. He was on, and we talked about it, and addressing the culture, and to bring it up in the music, and he's helping people, and he's giving fair criticisms. You know, he's telling people, come to our studio, bring your music, let's listen at it, and if it's good, we're gonna give you some money, and we're gonna record. You know, we're gonna give you a
Hmm.
record deal. You know, that's to see
Dope.
what he get, and with lit TV and trafficking hour and the radio, you know, that's what we need. Brothers like Lex and Big Wall and iHipHop and everything to come together and just blow this thing out, you know, with everything we got, you know, and that's continue to imprint the culture, you know,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
to leave a mark on it, because that's the thing now, establishing for the next generations, you know,
Hmm.
and something, because everything's going to change. And this is something too with music, and it's something to think about if you never think about it. What happened to the R&B lane? I mean, the R&B lanes are gone.
It's blurred.
It's all gone. You know, the groups, you know, we was famous with groups, you know, and I don't have nothing against BTS or the Koreans, you
Hmm.
know, they work and getting their thing, but what happened with us, and I experienced some of that, you know, but I like to hear how you feel about all that, the way that's going with those lanes open, even in the female R&B category. Who's really strong? The Mariah Careys, the Whitney Houstons, the Nita Bakers. You know, you're not getting those singers
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. It seems like the lines are blurred these days, but let's not get it twisted. It's dope R&B artists out here as well as
Yes.
other genres. You got artists like Tink out here who's killing the lane. You got Summer Walker.
Yeah.
You got Sister. You got Doja Cat. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got Normani. You know, like it's so many dope artists out here on the female side as well as the male. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's just one of those things that hip hop is so dominant. You know what I mean? Where hip hop has just become the standard. It is the genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Across the board, hip hop is the number one genre, period, in music. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just one of those things, man, where you have artists like Drake, you have artists like myself who sing and rap. So it may be times where you have a hip hop artist with the number one R&B song in the country just because he's able to tap
It's
into both
size.
sides.
Yep. I
And
wouldn't be surprised.
you know what I mean? Like Drake has actually done that. You know, he has
Yes.
had the number one R&B song in the country, and he's a rapper.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So when you have things like that, and you have artists like Chris Brown who do rap songs, and he got the number one rap song in the country.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's just one of those things where music evolves. But I definitely would love to get back to where R&B was R&B. You know what I mean? It's dope. Don't get it twisted. I love a good R&B and rap hip hop joint. You know what I mean? When you got a dope joint and the vocals, singing vocals is amazing. Then you got a dope flow coming in. Like I love it. I'm a fan of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
at the same time, I would still like R&B to have its own lane because I was raised on that too. Like you said, with the groups and a solo vocalist is male and female. You know, I go back to Smokey Robinson,
Yes.
the Temptations,
Yes.
Marvin Gaye, the Supremes.
Yes.
You know, Gladys Knight. Like they set the foundation of that type of music.
Yes.
And I don't want to see that lane go. You know what I mean?
No.
To Luther Vandross, to Freddie Jackson, and
Yep.
you know what I mean. All of these artists that then came along the way, and your Gerald Leverts,
Yep.
and just super dope, talented artists. You know what I mean? That carries the sound of our people. Like you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because like hip hop
Yes.
wasn't always the sound. R&B and that Motown sound, like that was our music. That was our hip hop.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And hip hop just dominated the culture because it came from a spoken word, and you put melodies to it, and it just dominated because it cuts through the glass, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it just became the more dominant genre. And they didn't even think hip hop was gonna be around. They thought it was gonna come and go. But again, like disco, it came and went. But hip hop, they thought that was gonna do that with hip hop, but nah,
No.
hip hop.
Yep. They did. Hip hop's here to stay.
They thought,
They
thought.
it took us. It took us. You know, because that was the era when I came up, and when it crossed over. It was like, no, this is gonna be here for a while because it evolved. You can see it evolved then, and then it was always, and what we're doing now with the culture and hip hop is we're gonna tie that back in, like back in the day, break band dancing and everything. That's a form too. When you look at it, like you go to places, those are capoeiras. Like if you go to Brazil's. All that what they do, so they bring that in that dance, and instead of killing each other, take it back to the dancing or rapping about it, and not letting words drive you to murdering somebody.
Absolutely, the elements of hip hop.
Yep. If you jump into music or entertainment, anything, you got to have thick skin. First off, if you don't have thick skin, beat it.
This the wrong business.
Yeah, beat it.
Get out.
You can't do a beat it because everybody's not going to like your music. Everybody's not going to like you.
Period.
So you got to be able to have thick skin to transcend everything in there. you know. But you mentioned about that, and I don't know if you know this, and I like to add these tidbits and the stuff. Do you know what the actually, because you mentioned spoken word, do you know what the actual first hip hop album was, technically?
Rapper's Delight?
No.
Or was it what was her name? It was Five Five Freddy.
Fat Five. No, no. I understand. It goes way back further than that.
Okay.
It's something I found out. You remember the
Okay.
singer Sam Cooke?
Yeah, absolutely. A change gonna come. Legend.
Yep, Sam Cooke. He started a record label. He had a record label. He started, and the name passes by. I'll get that info to you. But he started a record label, and his first artist on that record label was Muhammad Ali, and he was doing spoken word to music.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know
Yeah.
that. You know,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that people don't. They don't.
Yeah.
And it's big because when I came up, it came and they slid it in with the Fatback Band and all that stuff because funk was that funk music, and you're in that area in the Midwest. It started over in Ohio, right up from the Natty, right up that line, right up into Detroit, right
Yeah.
up through Gary and into Chicago.
To Chicago. And Ali used to rhyme. So that wasn't
Yep.
nothing but hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's a
that's
fact.
so that's why that was the first hip hop music for real. And Sam Cooke, the late Sam Cooke, before he was murdered, and he started the label. He had a label, his own label, was Black Independent, it was a black owned label, Sam Cooke's. He was doing his thing, and Ali was the first one. So that's just a bit of great knowledge and information to know, to be
That's
armed with
dope. I
that.
believe I knew about that, but that's dope. I never clicked. It never clicked. And that's legendary.
Yeah.
That's legendary.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's like with the music, and now with the platform. When did you decide? When did Big Wall decide? Like, I got this music on lock. I'm doing this music. I'm successful. So now I'm going to start addressing the culture and create that platform, and to bring that about. Tell us a little about that.
To be honest, man, it came from a place of frustration.
Yes.
When you as an artist, um, you see things a different type of way. You know what I mean? Like it's like once you, I was more in love with hip hop before I started doing hip hop. If that makes sense.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
Once you get in tune with it and you know what it is, it not that you don't love it as much, but it changed how you love it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And me being an artist and seeing different things of how artists being treated, seeing interviews, seeing what's going on with my community from police brutality,
Yes.
to the racism, systemic racism across the country,
Yes.
across the globe, and just different things that affects the culture in our community. It made me want to have a voice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Create something where artists can come through and feel safe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My platform when I talk to artists, man, I give them their flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I let them know that this is a safe place. This is a place where we're gonna discuss your story. I want to hear where you come from. We're gonna have us a dope conversation, and I
Yes.
want you to be comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the place where I've created over at Dress the Culture, man, and it's been well received. I've had so many artists reach out to me and tell me it was the best interview they've ever had. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that type of feedback is what I do it for.
The
You know what I mean?
motivation.
Oh man,
Yep.
oh man.
Yep.
And that right there let me know that I was on the right
On the
track.
right
You know what I
track.
mean?
Yep.
And yeah, and tapping into different conversations. Creating a lane for people as far as content creators as well. We kind of turned the corner. It started off as me creating this place, doing interviews, talking about different topics, and it grew into a network mentality where I have multiple content creators that's coming on and want to put their content through the Address the Culture network platform. So
Yes.
we'll create different shows and different content virtually where, we're going to have our own station, you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
And create a lane for not only where an artist or a business owner or anybody in the culture can come through and discuss what they got going. Now I'm creating a place where content creators can come through and develop a show and have a show and help build an audience for them, as well, where we can create revenue through sponsorships and
Exactly.
different situations where we can all eat. So the platform of Address the Culture is just growing in such amazing ways. And when I started, I definitely didn't have the vision. I knew what I wanted to do, but the way it's unfolding is like beyond my dreams, and we just getting started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just truly amazing, man. And I'm so humble, bro.
And that's big. And I know it was meant for us to meet and to talk because it's what we've been doing. Uh, uh, and it's what we want to pass the man on. So I'm
Mm,
comfortable with that, in the hands of Big Wall, going
mm,
forward, making it happen, addressing the culture, delivering hot music, you know, uh, uh, music that is that's not disposable. A lot of the music is disposable today,
mm. Thank you.
so I mean, you people won't be listening to it 5 years from now, maybe not even a year from now, 2 years
Yeah,
from now.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Talk about it. Address the culture.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what one of the things that got to change. But you hit on another topic too with the because Chicago has a lot of has a deep music history, and a lot
Yeah.
of talent to come out of there.
Yeah.
Even going back to Count Basie, my father played with Count Basie and a few
Yeah.
others back in the day when he was a teenager. That was going on the road with him. So Chicago's got its own sound for all music genres. All I mean, it covers everything from hip hop to pop to rock to
Blues.
blues,
Yeah.
especially a lot of blues artists, and blues festivals, a lot of great guitarists, so and so I know in that talent rich and history and abundance with Address the Culture and Big Wall coming out of it, I know you're going to be right there. You're I see you chiseling your place in that history, that Mount Rushmore of Chicago entertainers.
Oh man, I'm receiving that piece, Doc. If I could touch on any of that you spoke of, man, I could really feel accomplished, above, because that's really truly what it's all about,
Yep.
man. I want to get to a place where I'm blessed enough to become a blessing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
Above anything, like
Exactly.
that's my goal, to create longevity, create something that we can be proud of. You know what I mean? Um, that's my goal, man. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yes.
just about Big Wall or whatever. I do not have to be the man. I could be the man standing next to the man or the man behind the man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've never been that guy. You know what I mean? I carry the mantle and I pass it off. I put you in a position to hit the shot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
However I'm useful, I'm on that type of time. So I just want to create something that our community can be proud of, brother. So I'm receiving that.
Yeah. Strength in numbers. That's what I always
Yeah,
say. It's strength in
yeah,
numbers.
yeah,
And everything else. And our brother Aladdin 19 is on there, who's probably watching the stream. That's big, and definitely want to tune in with that. And for December 4th coming up, because Big Wall is going to be there, addressing the culture is going to be there. That's one of the things that's a part of it, because you know uh, with Grandmaster Aladdin Udine,
yeah,
that
yeah,
right there is that's history and historic there, especially has African American men, that
yeah,
he achieved and obtained the grandmaster status at the age of
Yeah.
21 is
Legendary.
that's legendary. As
Yeah.
long as and along with the Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
franchise as well. So
Yeah.
on December 4th at the Twin Dragons in San Carlos, California, you want to be tuning in. It's going to be streamed. It's going to be around, and you don't want to miss it. You're going to see some grandmasters of ancient warrior art that unbelievable, and that's something we need to deliver instead of taking his story, and trying to see where we fit into his story. We have our own story, we have our own history, and we're forging a new one as well, and platforms like Address the Culture allows us to air those those points of emphasis out to the communities, all communities. It's not a race thing. Don't think it's about race. It's about the culture, and the culture.
That's a fact.
Hip hop in this country is a culture.
Yeah, it is.
You remember the old Boogie Down Productions when they talk about, we have so much ripped from us.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. That's what it is. So, and we're gonna keep some of it in house and usher it into the next generations, and establish, and that's huge. With the platform you have, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what's next with Big Wall. What's going to happen on the music side? What is going on with the music? What's going? I know you have the thing coming up. You have a new project or that you're working on.
Yeah, yeah. Man, we got a whole lot going on, man. We released the I Get It, the I Get It remix. We released the song ChickfilA Sauce, where we're tapping into different parts of the game, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
We've always thought that it was only one way to skin a cat, as the old folks used to say. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
But it definitely is, So we want to tap into commercials, broadcasting, different ways to tap into the culture, soundtracks, movie scores, you name it. When it comes to music, we tap it in. So we did a song called ChickfilA Sauce that we, talking to Chick-fil-A, trying to work out some situations where we can tap into it, get some sponsorships, and the song is being received well. It's not one of them songs we trying to push because we're doing different things with it, but it is all out on digital platforms.
Yes. Yes. Let them know.
Being received
Let
well.
them know where.
What I mean? It's on Spotify, every digital platform you think of, you can name of. You type in Big Wall, and it is right there. We are not hard to find. So right now we're focusing on those songs right now, and the media platforms, and helping artists reach goals that we've reached. We walking through the door, we leaving the door cracked for other artists as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So towards the end of the year, we're gonna drop the beginning, the Address the Culture SUE mixtape. You know what I'm saying? The project, the beginning at the end of the year, and we're gonna close out the year with that, and then next year. PSTOCK, just to be honest with you, I'm gonna keep my foot on their neck. We're gonna drop something every month, every other month. I have so much material, so much music that I've been recording. We've been going kind of crazy, man. So I got a lot of bullets in the chamber. You know what I mean? We got a lot of dope music that we just finna come with, and just growing the platform across the board, man. With people like yourself, it's such a treat when players and bosses meet up. You know what I mean? We got some visions. We finna put some stuff together and grow the platform and take it to another level. Like you said, passing the mantle. I'm so humbled to be working with you, and just us putting things together in such a real way. Like even like you said with the Grandmaster, he's a legend. Like he's doing dope things. As far as physical abilities and agility, doing things that ain't nobody ever been seen before. So stuff like that need to be addressed, and us coming together with the event in December, it's just amazing, man. So we growing. Again, I'm humble. I thank you for bringing me on this dope platform, Brian, and we just working, man.
Yeah, we working. I like Big Wall, everybody, and definitely. You got to let everybody know where they can catch Address the Culture. That's a big sticking point. Let people know where they can see the show and visit. Give them the YouTube, the Skype, and the whole nine. So people, that's people, you got to see it. You know, very informative, great, and I'm glad because you talked about Michael Jackson, and we have a history with the Jackson Family Foundation. That we do stuff with Simon Shahori. Big shout out to Simon, you know, and LVH magazine and website. Check out the website. And Simon's doing it all. And COVID put a lot of things on track, but you know, it's like we're picking up steam. We got we got Big Wall. We got to address the culture and coming around in the future where we can come together with LVH magazine and Simon Shorey and Jackson Family Foundation, and let's keep the Jackson legacy going strong as well.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
you know. So
Yeah,
with all that being said, man, that definitely, man, I appreciate your time and taking time out to come on iHipHopTV and holler at us. You know, and for those of you checking it out, you know, you don't see Big Wall in the beginning. You do. Then we had some minor technical difficulties, but the show goes on. You know, it's like a pod.
yeah.
It's like what people used to anyway. Podcast,
Podcast anyway,
radio,
you know what I
everything
mean?
slash radio, and that's what it is because
Yeah,
you hearing it from the man himself. You know, again, artist, actor, producer, entrepreneur, and host of Address the Culture. Big Wall, we appreciate you. Hey, you want to shout anybody out there, man? Before I let you go.
absolutely, man. First and foremost, like you said, let everybody know where they can get in tune with address the culture and everything, Big Wall and everything I got going on, man. It's a long list. We working, man. You can get in tune with me on at Big Wall on IG. You know what I mean? When we have a dope conversation, you speak, I speak back. You know what I mean? It's super dope. We growing every day. You can get in tune on me with me on at Culture on YouTube. We drop content every day.